give a fuck about what them bitches gotta say. I'ma West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love fuck about what them niggas gotta say. I'ma West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, go through the baddest conditions. I'm up with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, nigga. She know I'm a prophet, she glad to be listening. Respect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the back thing. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, don't forget about my face. We sticking up straight, can't hold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Don't get you some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus. How many times must we remind you? One body, one way, some way. I will never take up as a place. When the law with you ain't no up next, it's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like what they talking, they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine, that's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. In the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian, we ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be fresh as hell, take a picture. And we professional with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. But business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the gun with the slide on. Real, I get the order, you know that it's slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die for real. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like what they talking, they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they on down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta.
Had to play that joint. Had to. That track is fire. When I heard that at the All Black Party, I was like, ooh wee. I stepped my game up.
Yeah, that track definitely is fire. And first and foremost, shalom, Lord in Christ, my Lord.
Shalom, Lord Christ. You know, brothers sleep on Nakawan, boy. They don't know that brother got talent. You got to follow his page because he got some tracks in there. I promise you.
That's my Ottawa right there.
I've been following him for a couple years now. That brother got some fire going on. He cooking with some grease. Yeah, we the ISUPK coming out of 1 West Home, New York, 125th Street under Commander General Yohana. Since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true children of the Bible. The ISUPK is not affiliated with any Islam, fake Israelite groups, Muslim mosques, Christianity, Scientology, Egyptology, none of that garbage. None of them fake religions. This is the real and original culture for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Wake the hell up. I'm your priest and officer, Yashala, with my brother, priest and officer, Marisar, holding down this class today. What's going on with you, priest?
All right, what's going on, sir? So you know, yesterday, Officer Kashaka Ward did a great, amazing class on maturity. A matter of fact, he got the idea from you. So
he just was like, he mainly was like, he just read your scriptures. I'm a quarterback, and I'm like, all right, no sweat.
All right, so sir, today is going to be immaturity part 2. How the whole earth is being ran off of immaturity, and we're going to show you. I got something loaded up about this brother, right? We're going to show you the people who started the immaturity on this earth and why everyone now is immature on this earth. So it's this brother, that's going viral up there in New York. He was thrown out of his wheelchair by some Amalekites.
I saw that clip, Marcel. My thing was I didn't bring it out or put no content out about it because I couldn't get the original video. I was looking for the original video, not just the clip when they beat him up and tossed him off his wheelchair. I needed to see what led up to them doing that because apparently, I haven't seen no prior issues of the Ashkenazi fucking with black people, Salakia for the language, messing with black people in the first place. So that was a little shocking to me because they pretty much stay away from us out of fear.
Yeah.
But this particular video, I don't know what possessed them to want to attack a disabled brother. Like there won't be no backlash. Y'all, you got to remember, you're in an urbanized neighborhood and you harass a disabled black man and you're white. That is not the best decision to do, especially when y'all trying to re-gentrify the hood and you in the middle of the damn trenches. That is not a wise thing to do.
Yeah. So, Salakia, on that video, this what led up to it. I sent you a clip. What led up to it was, I guess, the disabled brother. He had 2 German shepherds with him, but but their mouths was muzzled, right? Those 2 dogs supposed to protect him, but he had his dogs muzzled. So, the Amalek said that the dogs was by his children or something, but the dogs weren't by his children. The dog's mouths was muzzled. He was just upset because the dogs was out there. So he goes and he picks the brother up and throws the brother out the wheelchair.
Yeah, I seen that part. I seen that I seen that before we went on Passover. That pissed me off.
Yeah. Yeah. Immaturity. Yeah, I mean, immaturity at its finest. You want to get that one, sir? I sent you that one.
I got the clip loaded up, but I got a precept though. Being that you brought this topic back up.
Yeah, bro.
The book of Colossians, chapter 4, verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. Now, the problem with that is this only applies to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. These Ashkenazis are not seasoned with salt. They're extremely bland. They don't know how to respect man. They don't know how to speak to man. They don't know how to speak to anybody other than their own people in their gibberish. You understand what I'm saying? So they and whatever rhetoric they speak with, they don't know how to speak to men. They don't know how to be a man because they're, like you said, they're immature. They are immature creatures. All heathens are immature creatures, which is why they react like children, which is why these cops say, "Oh, I'm fearful for my life. Grab my gun." If you feel for your life, you shouldn't be in law enforcement, putting yourself in a dangerous position where you can harm somebody or be harmed out of fear. Because if that's the narrative you're pushing, then you're in the wrong profession and you need a psych evaluation and to find you another job somewhere away from traffic stops and putting yourself in dangerous positions, because some niggas is not going to give you a chance to pull them over or give them a ticket or yank them out the car or harass them. Like, I seen a clip that I was going to bring out, but I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. The cops, I don't know if they wrongfully stopped them. I don't know all the in and outs of the traffic stop, but they was trying to yank him out the car. As soon as they went for the seatbelt, because there was two cops in his doorway, he shot one in the face. He just let off because he had it right on his hip, like right by where you had to unbuckle the seatbelt. So he kept telling him, like, look, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? He kept persisting. He pulled out, shot like 3-4 times, hit that first cop in the chest up area. I think he might have hit him in the face because he was like, ah! And he started shooting at the other cop. Other cop backed up, started firing his weapon, and then he proceeded forward again once the shot stopped and continued to fire inside the vehicle.
Man, these pigs, these creatures, man, they are losing their mind. I got a clip loaded up too about how one of these devils body slammed a sister that was calling for her husband, right? And they choked this sister out. I think that's the next one we're gonna pull out too, because we starting off with immaturity part 2, and we showing you who was the person.
The Florida man that killed 4.
No. It's a clip there that was a sister, a black sister. She was body slammed by a cop and choked all the way out, calling her husband name. Now I don't know how this sister ended up separated from her husband, but the way this devil did her was crazy. I mean, it was insane.
Let me see.
And the immaturity on this planet is leading to everyone's death. The immaturity alone.
Let me tell you, because the three you sent me, unless you can talk about something else, because the 3 you sent me, one of them was a Florida black mom of 4 killed by her husband after filing for divorce, and then one with the Ashkenaz, that was the Instagram one, and then the one on Facebook with the about Christianity.
Okay, I have some more. It's another one up there. I sent you it a couple days ago. I mean, I have it loaded up. I didn't know we was going to use it for who class we was going to use it for, but this sister, she got body.
The cop that chokes the woman out.
Let's start with that one. That one has to load.
Nah, I got. I keep the clip loaded up. I got all of them loaded up. You just let me know which one you want.
All right, let's start off with the one with the sister first.
I don't know if that was the sister on the ground being choked out though.
Yeah, that was a sister.
You sure?
Yeah, that was a sister. I thought it looked like her arm was pale. Well, then I seen her face. It was a sister.
All right, no sweat. Here we go.
Where? Go get her husband. Where's she at?
Do not move.
Don't choke her out, bro. What are you doing? She's not even moving. No, that's not even cool, dude. What the fuck? She's not even moving.
Stop. Wait.
Stop what? She's not moving. Shut up, sir. What the fuck? Holy shit. Hey, where's your husband at? At the photographer station.
She was quiet. Just as soon as she let up, she was letting it be known. Now, what my thing is, why was he trying to keep her from releasing that information? Is her husband a law enforcement officer or something?
Nah, her husband is a law enforcement. Her husband isn't law enforcement. Her husband was in another store. Was in another spot of the store, and I guess when her and the cop got into it, they was having the words or something, and the cop said, "You know what? Sit right here, then." You know what I mean? She didn't want to listen. She said she was going by her husband. He just body slams her. He body slams her, chokes her out. Know what I mean? Choking on her, trying to keep her from speaking to her husband. And what I'm saying is the way he handled that sister is completely inappropriate. He didn't have to handle that sister like that and slam her and choke her out. You know what I mean? That's insanity.
Well, if I may,
hey, shalom, y'all. About Shemel Shabrak Slack, if I may.
Shalom, Lord of Christ.
Slack, if I may, right? This is why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to rule the earth. This is why Commanding General Yohana is preparing brothers for war. Because I want you to think about it like this, right? If it was our kind, and I'm not talking about the kind trained by the oppressor, I'm talking about the kind being trained by Commander General Yohana or Captain Picard, this wouldn't be taking place. And somebody, not even just somebody who had to go get her husband, if it was an altercation, the officer would have went and got her husband, because he would have inquired, "Where's your husband, ma'am?" And that's just protocol in the UPK. If it's a situation with a sister in the UPK, or one of the sisters getting into anything, what's gonna happen is the same thing every time. There's gonna be a proper way of doing things, and the reality of it all is nobody know how to follow proper protocol. That's the reality of it all.
It's like the issue is they're put in a position of authority, and these heathens are very immature. Period. There's no maturity.
Hey, Salaki, I gotta go. I'm gonna call you. Right. I'm gonna join back in.
All right, no sweat. So now these oppressors, right? These devils, they are immature, and what really needs to happen, which I know is not going to happen, is they need more departmental training. What they need is, they're not going to do it though, but what it should be called is racial de-escalation training. When dealing with any nation outside of white people, they need to be trained to deal with other nationalities of people. Stop using the fact that we're all niggers to say we all fit the description, and then when you approach us, you want to clutch on your gun because you fear for your life. If you fear for your life so goddamn bad, then you don't need to be a goddamn cop. Period.
Right.
Stop saying you fear for your life as an excuse to shoot another nigga.
Right.
Period. It's played out, and that excuse is worn out, and it's not being accepted no more. Y'all gotta come with something better than that. I'm so serious.
If I may, sir, I got a precept for that. You know, it's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Now, these are Edomites, the pale-faced oppressor. They're Esau. That sister that's on the ground, she's a Judite. She's a Jake. She's a black so-called African American woman, right? Possibly a Christian, you know, and she's being handled by a nation of people that hate us. Esau hates Jacob. This is the reason why these people are handling us the way they are handling us. they spiritually hate us. It's in their spirit to hate us, and our people don't know about it, right? Our people are trying so hard to get this pale-faced oppressor to love them. You got to see what they're doing about the Carmelo Anthony and Eric Metcalf story, right? It's so many coons, right? That's trying to say that that pale face that got poked up wasn't punching on that brother first. You got some coons saying that just because he punched him don't mean he didn't have to stab him. Him and his brother assaulted him. He feared for his life.
If I may, what the devil was saying is heavy, because basically he's just outright saying you supposed to let the nigga die.
Right.
So what a white boy punched on him. You supposed to let white boys punch on you. This is our country. Who the hell you think you is, being black, being in our country, and we can't punch a kick and unalive you? Who do you think you are?
Sir, that's immaturity.
No, that's acting like a true Klansman.
Yeah. A Klansman with immaturity. But it was a coon that said that. It wasn't a devil. It was a Christian, a chocolate covered devil, a Christian that said that. That said, just because you get punched in the face don't mean, and they jump you, don't mean they got Jason Whitlock. Don't mean that you got the right to stab. You got the right to defend yourself. It's out of his damn mouth.
I saw that disgusting pig, a piece of garbage of a black man. You know, I'll be honest with you, he a poor waste of skin. Because how dare him be such a goddamn coon? He worse than Samuel L. Jackson in Django. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
He is worse than the character that Samuel L. Jackson played in Django, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because he stands 10 toes on that business. He don't care about offending black people. He don't care that he's black. He don't care that he offends his own heritage, his own birthright, his own family. Which leads me to believe, is he really a Judite, or is he a Hamite in disguise?
Nah,
you know
sir.
What I'm saying?
Sir, he's a Judite. He's one of them. He's one of them Christian Judites with a Pharisee spirit. Not with a Pharisee spirit. That's what he does. He has no problem about one of our sisters getting beat down by one of these pale-faced oppressors. He has no problem about Eric Metcalf and them jumping on Carmelo Anthony, right? And then the kid has to defend himself. They've been destroying this child's credibility and image for weeks now, trying to get these white people on their side.
I want to dig into his past, and I want to get to the bottom of why he hates his people so much.
Sure. Man,
it's like he wants to see us die. It's like he wants to see us suffer. And you understand what I'm saying, Marshall? I'm led to believe that maybe he identifies as a white man in a black man's body. Because I've never seen a black man hate his own people so badly. Like I can't fathom that. I can't comprehend that. I'm not jacking that. I don't get it. It makes no goddamn sense. As a matter of fact, I think I got that. I think I got that interview because I was pulling up a lot of stuff for history class. I got some good content for history.
Sir.
I got a lot of clips about our black history.
Well, Jason Whitlock, right, is a coon. He just has a Pharisee spirit. He's in love with America. He's an American. You know what I mean? He loves devils. He's an American. He hates blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? But he loves America. He loves the white man. He loves Babylon. You know, he loves this place. He says it all the time. And now he's upset because he feel like our people is getting in the way of his kingdom. Just like what the Pharisees felt about Christ, our king.
I got another clip that we could cover. The headline say Trump. It says Trump loses bid to end Central Park 5 defamation case. If you remember about the Central Park Five.
Oh, yeah, con, sir.
Let me see. I'm just trying to see if I can find an interview. You keep going.
Yeah, con, sir. Yeah, but yeah, Jason Whitlock, man, he had. I mean, that he just, man, to hate your people is immature, man. To really hate your people, he says immature things like, well, yeah, I don't hear nobody talking about the black kid murdered in Chicago over this disrespect. It's this disrespect thing that these black kids are bringing to white people and say disrespect. How you immature? How is black people? That kid Carmelo ain't go disrespect them. They came in the tent and jumped on him. A tent that Carmelo had permission to be in. And they came in there and they jumped on him and they got handled. You are real immature if you think that you're going to jump and punch on somebody and they're not going to handle you. I know you're supposed to. Yeah, my lord.
I got some other examples of immaturity, right? I don't know if you remember this case, but a white man got charged for unaliving his black wife.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He was trying to make her call him master or something. He was slapping her.
I got that clip loaded.
All right, let's see that, sir.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Murder trial of Jordan McCoy Henning, a former U.S. Army service member accused of fatally shooting his wife, 32-year-old Ashley Henning, at her birthday party, ended with a manslaughter conviction, triggering an emotional outcry from the victim's family members in court. A Kentucky jury found Henning guilty of first-degree felony manslaughter for the shooting death of his wife, Jordan. Shot his wife multiple times during a birthday party at the couple's home, June 26, 2023, the News Enterprise reported. Witnesses now told investigators that right before the shooting, they started leaving the party because the couple began to argue. Neighbors even removed the Henning's children from the home as the fight intensified. Multiple surveillance cameras from inside the home caught the fatal encounter. So you mean, how does that happen where the murder's actually caught? They actually can see exactly what went down here. Multiple surveillance cameras inside that home. One camera recorded Jordan appearing enraged when he grabbed his handgun, went behind the living room wall and started shooting. Footage also showed him reloading his firearm once between shots, then spitting on Ashley's corpse when he was finished. Prosecutors say he shot Ashley 5 times. Now, you said manslaughter, right? He reloaded. It's on camera. And he fled the home. Oh, he fled too, which is an indication. Fled the home before authorities arrived, but they found him a mile away, making numerous utterances, apologizing for hurting his wife. The arrest citation read he was charged with murder, domestic violence, a Class A felony in Kentucky. Now, during the trial, defense attorney said Jordan's actions were the result of a mental breakdown triggered by years of physical and verbal abuse committed by Ashley.
Dang.
Prosecutors disputed the claim, as well as friends of Ashley, who testified that Jordan was a paranoid prepper who had a hit list in the event of an apocalypse. Prosecutors argued that all the evidence proving Jordan committed the crime with purpose and intent is too strong to deny. If what you saw in that video is not evil and malicious, I don't know what is. Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Eric Carr said, "This is one of the most cold-blooded acts of violence possible." So it's set up for the jury now. Let's see. They got the whole thing. Must have been pretty traumatic to watch this, right? They saw it. After 4 hours of deliberating, the jury returned their verdict declaring Henny guilty. of manslaughter, recommending a 20-year prison sentence. Had Henning been convicted of murder, he could have faced between 20 and 50 years or life in prison. His sentencing date has not yet been set. After the jury read off their verdict, Ashley's cousin, U.S. Marine Chief Warrant Officer John Williams, directly addressed jury members, calling them cowards. And this is the justice that America gives me? Unspeakable, unthinkable, it's disgusting, Williams said with tears in his eyes. Every single one of you is coward. I don't blame this ranking warrant officer, Marine Chief warrant officer. It is sick. These are the details. The case has been adjudicated. And yet a service member, compliant, I mean, you don't get to be in that position unless you accept even things you don't agree with, can't take it anymore, and has an outburst. Somebody needed to say it. We don't know the makeup of this jury, Tehran, so it's an unfair question, but I ultimately believe that this woman of color, this Black woman's life was not as valuable. What say you?
I say, first of all, my condolences to the family of Ashley Jennings. We thank her for her service and may she rest in peace. In this particular case, there are two different components that we should play. Of course, there's this idea that the white aggressor got way less time than a Black male aggressor would have. And that clearly plays because we see this. However, there's also a gender component in which a lot of times the number one assailant of women are not strangers hiding in hallways and alleyways. It's their husband.
Thank you.
And the fact that this is a manslaughter charge when clearly it's murder, and the fact that the defendant had said he harbored hatred in his heart for his wife makes it premeditated. The idea that only 20 years for such a heinous crime, especially when this is supposed to be your partner, someone you trust and allow in your home, that's actually the ludicrous component to this case. The manslaughter jury definition, I actually think with my legal background was actually correct based on the way the current laws are set up. They are set up so that we look at these crimes of quote unquote passion and give them a pass, when the truth is they are even more heinous than murders that are committed outside of the home so many oftentimes. This man reloaded his gun. He spit on the corpse. This was fury. This was anger. This was something that cannot be taken away. And by the way, Ashley is dead forever. And this man will be eligible for parole in approximately 15 years. And given the condition and his skin tone, which once again comes back to a racial component, he will most likely be allotted that and be back in society to do this to another unsuspecting wife that he harbors hatred for in his heart.
Wow, you made some important points there with the gender and the race. And I'm particularly taken by the gender in these relationships, and even the notion, the labeling of something as domestic violence. So if he was a stranger and killed this woman, reloaded, and then fled the scene, that's somehow different. Thank you. I want to thank you for giving that additional perspective to this, because it's just horrid. And like you said, she's gone forever, and he's going away with hope for a future. He'll have a future.
Possibly.
Man. Lock you, sir. Let me get. I got it. Romans 9:13. Right. Yeah. This is why the Most High God said He hated a specific group of people, and it was the pale-faced oppressor who was Esau in the Bible. Right. This is why He hated, because He created this creature vile. Right. This is why the scriptures tell us we have no business laying with these people. being with these people or interracially dating with these people is prohibited. And a lot of sisters, right, they're running to be with these heathens because they can't find a brother out here that's really interested in them no more, because brothers is all jammed up with the LGBTQ movement, or they're jammed up with heathens, or they just don't want to take a sister's disgusting mouth and attitude because she was never taught how to close it shut, right? So she goes and she gets with this heathen, right, who's immature, knowing sisters run off at the mouth. But he's so goddamn immature, he's gonna pull out his pistol, shoot her down, shoot this black woman down, then reload and shoot her again, then spit on her corpse. And he told the police that he had hatred for this woman. And you going out here messing with a pale-faced oppressor? Our people are destroyed. It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, it's written in Malachi as well. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. The Most High God loves blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. That's exactly why he told us not to marry these people, not to be around these people. He know what he created in Esau. That's why we're not supposed to be mingling with these people, right? Carmelo Anthony had no business mingling amongst them devils. If he was there for a track meet, he's supposed to be there on business, getting ready to whoop their behinds in this track meet. After that, I have no more dealings with these people. This is why the Lord said he hated these people, because these people will go to the extreme to take our lives off this planet. And I'm bringing it back again. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Hold up. You're moving too fast. I want them to taste these words. So
yeah, we're going to taste them. We're going to taste them. Hold up. I'm going to bring it back again. It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob, as it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Have you what?
Jacob have I loved.
See, the Most High loves Jacob. Jacob is the progenitor of blacks, Hispanics, and all Native Indians, right? The Most High is telling you in his own book, authored by the Most High, who he loves and who he hates. How dare these so-called Christians, Muslim mosques, and fake Israelite groups try to dictate and change the narrative to try to tell us who the hell the Lord talking about? The Lord is not the author of confusion.
Right.
We love what the Lord loves and we hate what the Lord hates. Yes, the Lord hates. No, it ain't all champagne and rainbows. Exodus 15:3 says, the Lord thy God is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Damn
Stop
right.
trying to change the goddamn Bible. Read.
Yeah. But Esau have I hated.
He hates Esau with vain disgust. You understand? And the thing is, so we don't get things twisted with the viewers, right? We don't hate all white people or all African people or things like that. We just hate your ethnicity for the crimes y'all ancestors committed to our people. We hate the animalistic nature of your kind. We hate the indignation of your kind. We hate the impudence of your kind, period. We hate the fact that y'all will unalive us the second y'all get a chance to. That's what we hate. We don't know you individually to like you or dislike you. We don't like your kind, period. Because you'll cross us like broader market. Period.
Damn right. Damn right.
Let me clarify that. Yeah.
Damn right. And you can see how they'll cross us like broad and market. How you know Esau's a cunning hunter. So he hunted on this sister, you know what I mean, who probably couldn't find a man, and he hunted on her, made her feel like he was going to be a great man and they were going to be together forever and he was going to be monogamous. You know what I mean? Whatever that term is these sisters look for. And he hunted her, got with her, unalived her. He lives up to the name who he is in the Bible. Just like in Obadiah, when it say, because of thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Talking about Esau again.
Now I got a precept for this I want to bring out, and I got an important question for the family of this woman, that black woman that got unalived, right? It's the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 35. I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak. This woman was the weaker vessel, right? Where was her support? Where was her family? Where was her father?
Right.
Where is her Lord? You understand? Like, where is her protection? This is why Jeremiah 14:2 is so important to commanding General Yohana. You understand? He could do a whole class on that one precept.
Right.
You understand? Because we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians have no protection. We have no guidance. We have nothing. This is why we don't know who we are. This is why we don't know what the hell we're doing. This is why we don't know where the hell we're going. This is why we don't know who our God is. We are lost. Let me continue. And to remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive, right? We give, but we give to the oppressor. You understand? And all we do is take from one another until we don't have nothing. And we do it with hatred amongst each other. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we're ass backwards. We hate one another and treat one another like garbage, but we sit here and love the oppressor when they will unalive us in a moment's notice.
Right.
And all they have to say is, I fear for my life. If I say I fear for my life, they don't want to hear it. The judge will say, I don't want to hear that excuse. So then use that same line of response when a cop unalives a black man. Say you don't want to hear that. You goddamn hypocrite. This is why, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, we need to come together and stay away from the white man. I don't know how else to put it. That's the best way I could put it.
Right.
If we go to James, let's go to the book of James right quick. I ain't going to take it over, but let's go to the book of James, chapter 1, verse 26 right quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says, if any man among you seem to be religious and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. These pale-faced oppressors believe in that stringy-haired white fella called Caesar Borgia. Their religion is vain. They don't know about bridling their tongue. They speak to deceive us any goddamn way.
Right.
They are immature.
Right.
And they try to say that they're religious. Just like the Christian pastors try to say they're religious, but don't know how to bridle their tongue. And pastors like Creflo Dollar and Geno Jennings, they deceive our people. Okay, Geno Jennings say he got a regular 9-to-5 job. You're still lying to our people. You're still deceiving our people. You're not in this truth, nigga.
Right.
Period.
And what's heavy is the lies, the immature lies that he's telling our people is what's leading our people to their destruction. Because he's not breaking these scriptures down correctly, we don't know who our enemy is. So now we going on camping trips with our enemies. Yeah, unalive. You got a sister that was staying in the suburbs with three devil ladies. She ends up dead at a sleepover, unalived at a sleepover, right? Every time we're amongst these people, bad things always happen to us. Something bad always happens to us, and everyone's trying to figure out why it happened. Because we have no business being around them. They don't understand who this monster is. But the Bible tells you who it is.
You know why, Marshall, if I may? Because the Christian church, though, try to spit that scripture, say we were scattered amongst the heathens, the scripture never said to mingle with them. The scripture
Right.
never said to do and follow their ways. The scripture said the complete opposite. Do not learn the way of the heathen. I'm scattering you among the four corners of the earth as your punishment. I'm going to scatter you among the four corners of the earth amongst these heathens as your punishment. And even though I'm punishing you, don't follow their ways.
Right.
Do not learn the way of the heathen. This is your punishment, you are to serve me. You are to honor me. And then I will remove you from this captivity. But no, your dumb asses don't want to listen. Y'all want to please your flesh and follow behind these goddamn crackers and these so-called heathens.
That's exactly what they want to do. That's exactly why we screwed up in the game. They don't even know how dangerous this devil is. But I got this scripture right here, my Lord. It's Genesis. It's Genesis chapter 27 and 40. And by the sword thou live, shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Right? It's saying Esau is going to live by the sword, man. He's going to live by the sword on his brother. You know what the sword is? The sword is a bomb, a gun, a knife, all types of weapons for war to punish, destroy, murder, lie, immaturity. What else? You can name it. Chemical warfare, which is a cigarette and your black and miles. You know what I mean? With your weed. You know, that's all the stuff that this pale-faced oppressor push on us, right? He pushes all of this stuff on us. It's all a sword, right? I mean, Christianity is the biggest sword that he uses to push on us. We all should come together, kumbaya. Then tomorrow he's hanging two of our brothers on a tree.
Right.
Deception is the biggest sword because he's a cunning hunter.
Right.
I say it all the time. He's the type to put deer piss on him, wait for the deer come up thinking he found him a woman, and he blow the damn deer head off. Well, that's what he do with this Christianity, with this we all need to come together and be united. We come together and be united. He slaughters us all the time, and he uses the most immature ways in the world to slaughter us. We go to his colleges. He comes in there with a loaded handgun and shoots the whole damn college up.
Well,
no one ain't talking about that. Florida State.
Oh yeah, I just seen
2 days ago.
I just seen the reel about that. Yeah,
all right.
Man. Let me tell you something. So, what you bringing out is so heavy, if I may, real quick, right? And we go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 27. It says, "An ungodly man diggeth up evil." Meaning these pale-faced devils and all these nasty ass heathens out here, they dig up evil. They look for a fight. They look to F with you. They look to start with you. I don't know if you noticed that, Mama. So they got real bold over the years. Like they really try to instigate some stuff. Like they like that.
Yeah, sir. Let me go off, my Lord. This is how you want to know how they got real bold over the years.
Let me finish reading the precept, and you got it.
Yeah, go ahead, my Lord.
It's Proverbs 16 and 27. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and his lips there is as a burning fire. Meaning, y'all dig up evil, and not only you digging up evil, y'all, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, y'all follow behind them by pleasing your flesh, digging up that evil. Because then your lips is a burning fire, is that cigarette. And your lips is a burning fire, that's that blunt. That's that black amount. This is you follow behind the heathen customs, and it makes you evil. And you're wrong for it. This is why it doesn't pay to follow behind the white man. But go ahead, you got it, Mama Saw.
Yes, sir. This is how they got bold and tough over the years. They turned black men into effeminates. Right? That's what they did. You got that scripture about that there should be no effeminates in the kingdom of heaven, my Lord, loaded, right? They turned black men into being effeminates. When you smoking marijuana all the time, you are becoming effeminate, right? You're not thinking about war. You're not thinking about strength. You're thinking about just relaxing, and chilling and singing and dancing and cool. And meanwhile, your people out here getting hung on trees in 2025. Your people are out here getting shot in college. Sisters are out here getting choked out by cops. But you're just thinking about smoking weed, smoking hot. Meanwhile, they then infiltrated your neighborhood and got all your young boys out here shooting everybody up. How did they do that? Because they got the fathers out the house with all the witchcraft and lies. Meanwhile, you're sitting here getting high, becoming effeminate, and they're training you in the Christian church to be an effeminate bastard. Right? Why? Because you don't have your father running the household. You have your mama. She's taking you to church. She's singing and dancing. She got you in them damn penny loafers. Know what I mean? With a tie and a suit on, teaching you how to be a good old boy, turning you into a full-blown sodomite, turning you into a rainbow. And the Lord hates that spirit. You don't have the spirit of the Lord on you when you sitting in goddamn church with penny loafers turning into a damn rainbow, listening to your mommy all the time. If you're a mama's boy, you cannot serve the Lord. You can't. It cannot happen. You're going to end up getting pulled over by a cop. He's going to see the bitch in you, and he's going to break your neck because you don't have the right spirit on it. You got that precept for me, my Lord?
Yeah, I was just trying to see in what section of my precept book am I going to put this in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but this is why they're getting tough. This is why all of a sudden they're jumping on these kids now, trying like that devil out in Kentucky or Kansas City that tried to choke the brother out, and his girl had to step in and shoot him in the damn head because she tried to get the devil to stop it, but he's sitting there trying to choke the damn kid out. Kid, 19 years old, you're a 40-year-old man, right? Our kids don't have the spirit of being rough and masculine no more. They all smoked out, high, skinny, and pleasing their flesh and just effeminate. So now they could try us now.
What about the 2 young black men that was hung in Alabama?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that too. The 2, yes.
And it's crazy because in the last 3 years, we found 6 to 8 black men hung by a tree in the state of Alabama.
Yes. Yeah, and guess what they were? They were Christians. They were effeminized. The brothers that got damn near beat to death and got waterboarded and got tortured in that place in that house in Mississippi was caregivers for some damn white woman.
And paid for it because they were suspected of selling drugs and sleeping with white women. Those were the original charges.
Those were the original charges.
Are you effing serious? It's
those were the original charges.
You're talking about accusing 2 young black men of selling drugs and sleeping with white women.
So now you go in a house.
This is Selma in 1965. This is what you're saying to me. This ain't 2025. This is Selma 1965. This is what you're saying to me.
Salakia, sir, right? They went in a house and they waterboarded them, pistol whipped them, sexually assaulted them, handcuffed them together, and tied them up. After they handcuffed them together like they was doing each other, then they stomped them out. Then they shot one of them in the damn face and shot the tongue out their mouth and left them there.
They did the taser contest.
They did the taser contest.
They took all the liquids out the refrigerator and poured it on them, whatever.
Poured all the liquids on them. They basically hazed them.
Yeah.
And we still go around these people? Sir, do we have that effeminate princess?
Come real quick. Shalom. Y'all Bashim Y'all Shabrakatah.
Shalom. Lord of Christ. Y'all Bashim Y'all Shabrakatah, my Lord. Also done you.
Shalom. Y'all Bashim Y'all Shabrakatah. What's going on with y'all?
Talking about these pale-faced oppressors and these goddamn devils out here mistreating our people, and we being foolish enough to follow behind their ways like we're going to gain their acceptance when all they do is have hatred and vain disgust for us. But yet we too ignorant because we're high. We're pleasing our flesh. Now we're popping fentanyl pills. Now it's fentanyl in the weed. And if I'm not mistaken, you've been bringing this out for like the last 2-3 years about fentanyl being in everything, and nobody listened. If I'm not mistaken, sir, When you did that class about that great death, you've been bringing it out, talking about fentanyl, and they're gonna be putting fentanyl in the weed and the pills and everything.
Yeah, I think I told him that.
Yeah, come.
Yeah.
Keep cooking.
Man.
Like, and the crazy thing is, they don't realize they're gonna get a taste of their own medicine. They will get their just desserts, because our Lord will be en route sooner or later. You understand? I pray Trump just hits the button. Bring them down sooner. Right. Bring them down sooner. You understand? All I could do is plead and pray with Commander General Yohana that he spares a nice amount of us, though. You know what I mean? Because if it just going to happen, you plead, down, we're not going to be able to save everybody.
You mean you pray and plead with the Lord?
Yeah. God.
You said Commander General Yohana.
Yeah, because he's praying and pleading with the Lord as well. That's what I meant, sir. Yeah, because you know we ain't gonna be able to save every puppy in the pound, but at least we could try. You know.
Come, man, it's sad. So like Marshall, I don't mean stomp on your point, but go ahead with the scripture you was talking about, Salaki.
Come, it's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate.
Stop right there. What? No, right? No, what?
Mankind.
No effeminate, right, sir?
Right, no effeminate.
No effeminate. Okay. So when you ask why these devils is trying us, because the black man has become effeminate through the Christian church, the marijuana, the LGBTQ movement. You don't see no masculinity in these brothers no more. And most importantly, that black monster who they that runs her mouth all the goddamn time has tore their soul out their body and has defeated them to the point where there's nothing left of them. That's why those devils are trying black men more than ever now to fight them. They know that we're not the same. Like, them brothers is not the same anymore. They've been effeminized.
Right.
And they learned most of it in the Christian church. Now, I mean, the Christian church is where the effeminate starts. Everything the Lord told us not to be starts in the goddamn Christian church. Being under mommy with the effeminate spirit. And you want to know what else that effeminate spirit does? That effeminate spirit teaches you how not to be masculine. It teaches you how to hate your damn brother. When you see one of these youngins out here trying to find masculinity and they shoot their brother over somebody staring at him, I had hurt a few brothers over just the way I look. And I felt bad. But just the way you look, they'll look at you like, oh, you looking at me for? They get all effeminate and emotional and mushy like some dumb bitch. And before you know it, they out here shooting each other. They shooting each other. That's effeminate and emotional. All of this was learned in church. All of it. It was all tied down and learned in church because they're trying to show you that they ain't them penny loafer wearing cornballs in church. I'm really for the streets, but you're not really for the streets. The streets is masculine. You're a effeminate little boy that was under mommy's breast, and now you're in the streets, and now you're going to make the wrong decision in the streets, thinking that you're masculine, but you're being feminine because you're sleeping with your right-hand man's girlfriend. And you murder, and then you unalive them, and then you go to jail for 70 years. Or you rob your right-hand man, which is effeminate, selfishly, immaturity.
Salaki.
Yeah, my lord.
Hey, Salaki, what's the class topic?
This immaturity part 2, sir.
Okay, Salaki, that's what I know.
I want sir. And we showing them, sir, where did the immaturity come from? Came from the pale-faced oppressor, right? We showed some clips of the pale-faced oppressor body slamming a sister on the ground for no damn reason, choking her out. All she doing is calling for her husband, right? We brought up a story about some oppressor that just a sister married an oppressor. The oppressor shot the sister 5 times, reloaded his gun, shot the sister to death again, and spit spit on her body, and he told the goddamn police he had hatred in his heart for that sister. He got 15 years in prison. He coming home.
Yes,
she got shot by she got 10 bullets in her body and spit on. He got 15 years. He's coming home.
The charge is murder. The conviction is manslaughter. How? And it's video evidence.
Video evidence.
Supporting everything. And this is why her father said to the jury, "You're all cowards." The video shows proof. He shot, emptied his clip, reloaded, hit her 5 times, and then spit on a corpse and told the judge, "I hate her."
Damn.
Why would, and see, that's a prime example of we are not to deal with heathens. Again, the scripture said the Lord scattered us among the heathens for us to learn our punishment and still serve him and not curse him, not learn their ways. The scripture said, do not learn the way of the heathen, and yet we still did. This is why we have situations like that. This is why we're going to continue being lost, stuck in the matrix. They just open up 5 more dispensaries in my hood.
Salakia, sir. And if I may.
Like, what more do we need? There, you got it, more, sorry.
The water, sir. And another thing too, right? Her father was a commander in the military?
A commanding warrant officer, yes.
A commanding warrant officer. That's another thing. So we in Esau's military, we serving his God, we in his military, we in his churches becoming effeminate, we accepting his ways, and we becoming a true American. And what do we get in return? He marries his Christianity. He marries his daughter off to a heathen. And the heathen plays the gun range with this sister. He plays the gun range with her, then treats her like the ground and spits on her.
So if the shoe was on the other foot and she unalived him like that, would she have just gotten 15 years for manslaughter?
No way.
Or would they have tried to push for the death penalty because she was black?
They would have tried to push for the death penalty the way they are trying to push for the death penalty right now on that child Carmelo Anthony. Right?
Again, in that case, how dare you be black and defend yourself? I don't care if it was 5 white boys jumping and punching on you. How dare you be black and defend yourself? How dare you be black and fight back and unalive one of my white constituents? How dare you? You are 3/5 of a human. How dare you fight back and defend yourself? No, you're gonna take this ass whooping, you're gonna take this unalignment, and your parents ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's how they coming.
Yes, sir. Well, and now let me tell you something, right? They had so Carmelo Anthony's parents, right? They had a press conference, right? They had a press conference. Guess who's their leader? Right now, they're losing all their money. They gotta spend money to hire a goddamn armed security team because they're getting death threats from the Ku Klux Klan. They're getting death threats from everybody in the damn community, right? To take them out. The children are paranoid. His daughter, Carmelo's sister, she don't even feel safe sleeping in her bed at night. They're terrorizing these brothers and sisters, right? Guess who's their leader? Guess who they call to be their leader? Who's a spokesperson talking for them, speaking for them? The Christian pastor, a Democratic Christian pastor, right? And you want to know what's bad, sir? You got to see the whole setup, right? They don't understand that the Bible tells you Esau is a cunning hunter, right? So right now they hate these people. They hate our people. So right now they're hunting them. So you know what a hunter do? He looks for the weak prey. You know how they look like a weak prey? You got some sodomite minister. Now I mean that kisses the white man behind, and then you got the mother. You got the mother standing in the front. You got Carmelo's father standing in the back. The mother in the front is doing all the talking Like she's the leader of the damn family, crying, saying, my husband provided, and we did this, and we had a structure, and we doing this, and we doing that, and y'all gonna leave us alone. Like she's the leader of the family, and he's just sitting back like this. Do you know how weak that look? I need 1 Corinthians 11:3. Do you know how weak that look? Our people don't even know how to go around the oppressor and look mighty, so maybe they will leave you alone. Just the spirit of Christ alone will keep them from bothering you. You don't even understand the spirit of Christ. With a damn sodomite and some loudmouth ass woman standing in the front of you, and you the man that pay all the goddamn bills. All you is a paycheck. I read their whole life story, just the way they had it structured. She talking about he's the provider, she's a stay-at-home mom. So I say basically he's the paycheck, and you run your mouth, and you're the leader of the family. The Ku Klux Klan already see the weakness. They already see the weakness right there, because the head of the family ain't even presented right. The whole setup is not right. If she's in charge, we could go right in there. We could do whatever the hell we want to do to them. We could harass them, hang them, steal their goods. She's the one in charge. You had that, my Lord.
Come. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know. That the head of every man is Christ.
That the head of every man is Christ, right? That means that if the head of every man is Christ, ain't no goddamn woman supposed to be standing in front of me speaking. If she my wife, she supposed to be in the back of the line. Haven't we learned our lessons, black men? Every time your woman is at the front speaking, you look weak and then you get attacked because you look like a weak deer. Right? Because she is not your head. She is not supposed to be standing in front of you, running her goddamn mouth. When somebody knock at the door and come at the house, you supposed to open up the goddamn door. Whenever there's an issue in the neighborhood, you go handle that issue. She not supposed to go handle that damn issue. That's what strength looks like. But the Christian church took away what strength looked like. They are not following the spirit of Christ. Continue, my Lord.
Come. And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. Carmelo Pops, why is your wife standing in front of you speaking and you're standing in the back looking weak with like a deer in headlights when you got the Ku Klux Klan, all of white America, and black coons that want your necks? You have enemies for potentially life. And what's sad about this situation is this may be a lose-lose situation, my Lord. Let's think about this, right? Worst case scenario, he gets 10 years. White people pissed off and still attack him. Let's say he gets 30 years. They lost a son for 30 years. Let's say he beats the case. They'll be tormented for the rest of their lives. The worriness alone will make them want to commit suicide. Because black people are not strong enough as a nation to stand by their side. Unless they would have called Captain Yatazak in a ISUPK Houston and Austin, and you would have had soldiers around you. You wouldn't have had to pay for security guard. You wouldn't have had to take the rest of your money that has to go for trial and have to pay for security, armed security, who probably not going to protect you correctly anyway. Right? We're missing the spirit of Christ. That's why we're being attacked.
Right. And what you're saying is
Christianity one-on-one.
And what you're bringing out is heavy. Like, we don't know our place. We don't know the structure and to have order in the first place. And that's the problem.
Right.
Brothers don't know their position. Women damn sure don't know their place because they think their place is above the man. Who the hell lied to you and made you think that that's where it was? Keep listening. Keep listening to the white people.
They ain't listening to these white people, my Lord, and these white people are immature. White people don't even know how to rule themselves. They got this whole earth turned upside down. We're listening to white people, right? So when Carmelo Anthony went and he, in self-defense, he unalived that devil, all these devils said he came from a broken household, they ain't have a father. Come to find out, he come from a two-parent household. His pops got mad money, mad cars, all this, that, and the third. So then they looked wrong at that. But do they want to talk about that devil that just shot up Florida State University, and he comes from a 2-parent household. All these devils that shoot up grocery stores, they shoot up schools. It's a school shooting every goddamn day. And every single one of them white devils come from a 2-parent household. But soon as it's a black kid that does something, it's a single mother household. Well, how about this? We know why the black kid is doing what he's doing, because he don't have no structure. He don't have a father. Now, I mean, he's being taught all the wrong things. But why are your white kids shooting up the schools for? Oh, they blame mental illness. Well, how the hell did you get mental illness living in the suburbs and getting everything you want? You never had to worry about a plate of food a day in your life. You never had to worry about, being isolated. You have everything you want. You're in the middle of the suburbs being spoiled. But because you don't get what you want that one time, you go grab your mother's handgun and go to college and shoot the whole goddamn school up. That is immaturity. This whole earth is being ran by heathens who are completely immature, right? The goddamn school is not the gun range. The supermarket where our grandmothers go food shopping at, what they violated in Buffalo, New York, is not the goddamn gun range. You don't pull out guns and go shoot at crowds of people for no reason. And I seen the video, sir. It wasn't even a hit. It was just whoever he seen, he was shooting. See the video.
Yeah.
He don't even know the people. He just like, I'm gonna just go play shooting range. I'm gonna go play shooting range on these people. Immaturity. The earth is being ran by immature people. That's scripture. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what it is. The earth is given into the goddamn hands of the wicked, right? And the wicked is very immature. And because we follow the wicked, we become immature. We start shooting up the goddamn blocks. We start selling weed, smoking weed, getting high on drugs. Oh, the oppressor, he shot one of our women up and hates our guts. So what do? We get drunk in the house and beat our goddamn women up. You know what I mean? We follow the ways of goddamn it unrighteous, immature people. And it has to stop, because all this immaturity is leading to death.
It's the book of Job. It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not,
sir.
Go ahead.
No. You come all the way back. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Right there, sir. All right, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So now we got to look and see who's on top. Donald Trump's on top. The pale-faced oppressor, all these white people on top. They are the wicked. And this right here is going to prove they're the wicked. Give me the next line, sir.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. These bastards painted Jesus Christ's picture white. When Vladimir Putin pulled out what Christ looked like, a black man. So your grandmama had us praying to Caesar Borgia, who's a goddamn mafia, homo goddamn sexual that slept with his goddamn sister. He's sitting in the middle of Big Mama's house. So now we gotta wonder why your Uncle Larry is a child molester, why your cousin Keith is a drug dealer, you know what I mean? Why your brother Man is a murderer. Because look at the spirit you have in your house. You're worshiping a God. You're worshiping a wicked bastard, and you don't even know it, because they painted the faces. They changed Jesus Christ's color from black to white. They changed Moses' color to white. They changed King David's color to white. They changed all our judges' faces to being white. They whitewashed us. They were the ones that did that. No other race of people ever changed the color of any historical people but white people. That's how we know they are the wicked. You know what I mean? So our people got to get out that Christian church, man. I mean, that Christian church is for morons. That Christian church turns you into a moron. You literally don't understand the Bible. You don't understand scriptures. You don't understand a basic structure. But just because, right? You in a Christian church. You're going to get your head blown off just because you don't understand. Hosea 4:6. You know what I mean? You're going to get, we're being attacked. We're being attacked because we don't understand knowledge. Right? All you simple-minded ass sisters think providing is somebody just giving you money. That's not providing, dumb. Providing is having the wisdom and the knowledge to understand when the enemy is getting ready to attack you. Right? Yeah. Carmelo Anthony's father should have known that the pale-faced oppressor is the devil, and his son is not to go near them, not to make friends with them. Why? Because they are going to attack us. But they didn't do that. You know what they was doing? They was living comfortable in America. They was living the American dream. Barbecues, hot dogs, you know, birthdays, Christmases, the good life, the life that the Lord God hates. And you know what the mother said? You know what the mother of Carmelo said when she was standing up there with a fake masculine spirit, right? She was saying, and my family was a God-fearing family. Your family ain't no goddamn God-fearing family. That's why you're in the predicament you're in right now. Know what I mean? The Lord don't do that to the people he loves. He'll never allow nothing like that to happen. Why? Because when you got the spirit of the Lord, you know what to look out for, what not to look out for. You know, I make danger run. We make danger run away from us.
Right.
Danger don't chase us. We chase danger. So we don't know. So all this about you is God fearing, but you know what I mean? Your son is over here hemmed up, who was spoiled rotten, had every damn thing in the world, and he still ends up in the same situation as a 14-year-old in the ghetto that don't have a father. How you can't make this up? You can't. So now what's the problem? This is the problem right here. You got that scripture, my Lord?
Which one?
Hosea 4:6.
Oh, okay. Slock, give me 1 second. I got you. Hosea.
Yeah, this right here is going to show. This right here is going to show what the problem is. Right? What's the problem in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community?
It's the book of Hosea. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Not right there. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You know, the Hispanics voted for the man that's deporting them out the goddamn country. Can you make this shit up? They voted for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is lining up every Hispanic, and he's shipping them out. He's even telling the ones with birthright citizenship. Do you know what that means, man? Birthright citizenship? That means that, man, if you was only in a country for like since 1972, you wasn't originally here. You got here some other how. So we want to remove you, send you to El Salvador, and put you in a cage and put you in jail. They already just got caught sending the wrong illegal brother to El Salvador. They sent the wrong man to El Salvador prison, got his head shaved off, shaved his head, threw him in jail, and they refused to bring him back. And they know they made the mistake. They got the wrong man. He ain't been in El Salvador in years, and they got him in there with the MS-13. He probably in there getting tortured. And who put Donald Trump in office? Hispanics. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They don't have no damn knowledge, right? Carmelo Anthony's parents does not have knowledge. He was too comfortable around white people. Entirely too comfortable to even be put in this situation. Them two brothers that got beat up, sodomized, waterboarded, that was down in Mississippi, they had no business being a caretaker to a white woman. Are you not? You live in Mississippi. Negroes been getting lynched in Mississippi behind white women for over the last 200 years. And you still go around white women? Make it make sense. Our people run to death. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So now we know they're putting fentanyl in the weed. So you know what our people going to do now that they're putting fentanyl in the weed? They're simply just going to smoke more weed. They just going to smoke more weed. So what are they dumbasses OD? Then I have to come do a class on them and talk about how stupid they were. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We have no business being in Esau's military. But what do this brother do? He goes in Esau's military. He moves up in ranks. He becomes a captain and a commander. Oh, man, a great captain and commander. You know, Donald Trump just removed all black people from the high standards in the military, calling them DEI people. So he don't respect your accomplishments at all. And to make matters worse, the oppressor shot your daughter. The oppressor treated your daughter like a damn shooting range. Shot her 5 times and reloaded and shot her another 5 times and then spit on her. So much for we appreciate your service. You know what I mean? I don't think the white man appreciated your service. Then he got 15 years. Got 15 years. 15 years. You know, it's Negroes doing life sentences for marijuana who Kamala Harris put away in prison. But this devil right here shot this sister up 10 times. He coming home in 15 years. The brothers that got caught smoking weed by Kamala Harris, who black people were still thinking about putting in office, that devil will be home. Your uncle will still be in jail just because he smoked weed. You Negroes should be terrified of weed. Terrified of weed. Let me tell you, I love drinking alcohol. If alcohol putting me in jail for 40 years, I don't want to see another bottle of it.
Damn right.
Damn that. I mean, damn that. 40 years, you getting put in jail. You getting put in jail 40 to life for some damn marijuana. Right. And now you driving around with it all in your cars. Police is already targeting to pull black people over and beat you up in your cars, harass you, give you all types of tickets to try to take your license and destroy your lives. Worst of all, shoot you. And the first day they're going to smell, the car smell like marijuana. Now, because marijuana is legal, our people think, hey, you know, you can drive and smoke. That's a DUI, dum-dum. You can't drive around and smoke. Your car can't smell like marijuana. You got to smoke your weed somewhere else, right? But because they legalize weed, these dummies think that they could drive around and smoke weed. That's why as we was coming to Atlanta got the most goddamn car accidents right now and fatalities because everyone's driving high in Atlanta. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We run to death. We run to danger. And that's because of that Christian church, man. That Christian church teaches us how to please our flesh. That's why they accept everything. You know what I mean? That's why people go to the Christian church. They go to the Christian church. Let me tell you something. You go to the Christian church, right? Because your daughter knows that she can go put on that little ass hoochie girl outfit, right? And twerk her little ass all over the goddamn place. You know what I mean? And then she can go to church on Sunday and act like she's singing for Jesus. Let me explain something to you stupid whores, right? Jesus Christ hates your goddamn guts. He would not even be seen around you unless you had the spirit of Mary Magdalene. But you would not even wanted to see Christ because Christ was a very austere man. I'm gonna do a class based on how Christ's personality is because they don't know anything about Christ. They keep thinking about Caesar Borgia with the stringy head. Know what I mean? With the stringy head. That's why they walk around and they put wigs with stringy hair in their hair. That's why they walk around and put gold hair all in their hair. They envy the way of their oppressors. They walk around and they put them butterfly eyelashes on their face because they envy the way of the oppressor and they're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. All black marriages are destroyed. Did a TikTok about that earlier. 90%. Why? Because of lack of knowledge. I'm gonna go to Genesis 3:16, sir, and touch on this real quick. Now I mean, and touch on that marriage real quick too, because I'm gonna tell you the only reason why Carmelo had a 2-parent household. Carmelo had a 2-parent household, right? Because his mother wears the goddamn pants.
Right.
That's the only reason. The only reason. Father got a check. and his mother wear the pants in the goddamn house. She gets to run her goddamn mouth and not be checked and put in order. You know what I mean? So they could deal with that. They could deal with that, even though you don't know that something very evil is going to happen to your house with that woman being in charge, right? Money ain't going to be able to stop it. You're going to lose money. Everything you worked hard for. Think about this, my Lord, Osayas, right? You went to college.
Mm-hmm.
You got degrees. You worked so hard. You got your family out the ghetto. You're in a nice little mini mansion now. And now you're in a nice mini mansion. Your kids can't sleep peacefully in the mini mansion because they're afraid the KKK is going to run in their damn house and pull a Selma on them. Right. They're terrified. So right. What was the point of the prosperity? What was the point of the prosperity? It was no point of the prosperity. No point whatsoever. No point of the prosperity. Now, I mean, somewhere down the line, with that woman being in charge, evil was still going to come back. Let me go to Genesis chapter 3 and 16 real quick. And this right here is the problem. This is why evil comes in the house. And unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow with thy conception and sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children. Meaning, when you sisters get pregnant, right? The reason why you're having pains when you're in pregnancy and you're giving birth and having pains, that's because the Lord cursed you. That was a punishment because Eve disobeyed her husband. So now, when you're getting ready to have babies, you are going to have pains in conception. This is what the Lord, it's not because you're a strong woman and you can push Mother Earth in a whole mansion out your box. No, it's because the Lord punished you and gave you pain with conception for not listening. And I'm gonna continue. And thou thy desire shall be to thy husband. The desire, man, the want of everything, the things that you highly desire is supposed to be of your husband. If whatever your husband's accomplishment is, you supposed to help him achieve that accomplishment. That's why you're a helpmate. And when things get rough, you're not supposed to be the one in front of the camera speaking. He's supposed to be speaking. You're supposed to be mourning. I'm going to keep going. And he shall rule over thee, and the husband should rule over her. So let me ask you, brothers and sisters, this question, right? You got the minister, you got Carmelo's mother, and you got the father. She's standing in the front, running her mouth. He's standing in the back with his head down, looking sad. Sir, does that sound like he ruling over her? He ruling over D?
Good night.
Y'all don't know the Bible, man. Y'all don't understand what the Lord is talking about. That's why our people keep running into death. And it's immature. It's very immature to be having your woman. She's not supposed to be the first one in the line of danger. If they smart, they will understand that the minister did that on purpose.
Hey,
the Christian church did that on purpose.
If I may, for time's sake, let me pull up the next clip. Because he still
go ahead. Yeah. That was man.
A man in a wheelchair. You're not hurt. The children were fine. I saw what happened. I was standing there.
Guys, stop. Stop. No.
Are you okay? No, you're definitely.
Nah, he's violating. Nah.
Yeah, this man, his dogs did not bother you. Your children are fine. He's in a wheelchair.
No, get out my face.
You don't tell the man what to do. The dogs are muzzled. The dogs are not. Look at these dogs. They're asleep on their feet. You just violated human rights.
Let me bring it back to the shop.
Yeah, you got to bring it back so we can see the the actual fall. Yeah, see the actual fall out the what's name? Yeah, kind of.
Hold on. There we go.
Don, you're wrong. You're wrong for what you do. You're done. You play.
Man, don't touch that man.
Too much game.
Call 911. Call 911. How can you do that to a man in a wheelchair? You're not hurt. The children were fine. I saw what happened. I was standing there.
Guys, stop. Stop, no.
Are you okay? No, you're definitely.
Nah, he's violating. Nah.
No, don't worry.
Yeah, this man, his dogs did not bother you. Your children are fine. He's in a wheelchair.
No, get out of my face.
You don't tell the man what to do. The dogs are muzzled. The dogs are not. Look at these dogs. They're asleep on their feet. You just violated human rights.
Sir, the white man's the devil that the Bible speak of, man. And then this is the reason why he's the devil that the Bible speak of. No black person would have ever grabbed no pale-faced oppressor and flipped them out of a wheelchair. None of our people is not that cruel. We are not evil like that to really grab someone and to flip them out a damn wheelchair, man. That man was not no threat. Those dogs were muzzled. And if the dogs would have been the threat, you were supposed to go after the dogs. The man in the wheelchair, clearly not the threat. The dogs is there to protect the man in the damn wheelchair.
And they're muzzled. They are muzzled.
And they muzzled, right? And this is how you know the white man is a coward, right? He didn't run to what would have been a threat to dogs. He ran to the brother in the wheelchair who cannot defend himself in a wheelchair and flipped them out the damn wheelchair. See, this is the reason why we are so passionate and we get so upset and mad, because we hate seeing our people be mistreated like this. This is not the way to live. We cannot have our people getting mistreated like this. This is hell.
Right.
You can't even be in a wheelchair and be in peace. Right? This is a devil. This is a vile creature. Right? And we should know that. But because we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, we just go right to them. We run right to the danger. We run right to these dangerous people. Our people are so brainwashed and destroyed for a lack of knowledge, they do not understand that is an evil, vile bastard. Even with all of the stories we play in today, and we're showing our people who made the earth immature to the point so we're acting immature. It's very immature to flip a man out of a wheelchair that can't harm you. He ain't run your foot over. You ran up to him and just flipped him. That's some kids do retarded stuff like that. That's what kids do. I never in my mind and my heart can I ever think to go grab somebody in a wheelchair and to flip them out the damn wheelchair.
Well, it goes to what your topic is today. They're immature. They have no maturity about them because the Lord is not with these bastards.
Right.
Disgusting pieces of garbage. They are as dung for the earth.
Right.
You understand?
Right. I mean, the wickedness on them does not make any sense at all. It's just crazy. It does not make no sense. You know how this brother. It's crazy. Salaki, sir. We now we're gonna go to that sister that was unalived out there.
I was gonna go to the other clip, the Christianity one.
Oh, all right, so you want to hit that one? Yeah, we can hit that one. We can hit all these up.
That last one I'm gonna have to read a bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's do this one. Get this one out the way.
All right.
Naming white cops for the killing of black kids. Instead, teach your black children to be obedient towards authority. and I don't care if most of y'all are black. You need to teach your children to obey authority. We need to teach our sons and daughters to obey authority. We need to teach our children to not fight against authority, not fight against cops, not rebel. Be model citizens. Stop being rebellious towards authority. Be submitted to laws and ordinances. Watch. The Lord said, give back to Caesar what belongs to him. That is, be submitted to governmental authority. You know why you're looking at me like that? Because you don't read.
Well, Pastor, we do read. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, get out these lying churches. They don't speak for God.
Stop blaming white cops for the killing of black kids. Instead, teach your black children to be obedient towards authority.
Salakia, sir. That Christian pastor is disgusting. That's another coon. He's the reason why all the danger is happening to black people. That right there. He's basically teaching black people is to bow down to white people. He's teaching black people to go seek after white love, and it has not worked yet. The people that marched with Martin Luther King and was in Selma, those were some law-abiding citizens. What they was doing was they was marching for civil rights, and it was all legal. It was all legal, and they used no violence. They were law-abiding citizens. Our grandparents were law-abiding citizens. They would never even think about breaking the law.
I got a precept for that for that wicked ass bastard. I got a precept for this.
Y'all got one for
it's the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets. Watch that nigga. Watch that nigga and niggas like him.
Right.
You understand? Watch them cool ass niggas. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing. He comes in sheep's clothing like he comes in peace, but he doesn't. He's telling you to bow down to the white man, cower down to the white man, kneel down to the white man, and submit to the white man. No. He comes to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. He's a ravening wolf.
Right.
And he's trying to buy points with the white man.
Right.
He's trying to buy favor with the white man. And they think the only way that they can buy favor is by downplaying blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They think that they can get the favor of the white man by downplaying us, disrespecting us, violating us, unaliving us, mistreating us. No. That makes them want to unalive you even faster because they even faster. You disloyal little bitch.
Right.
If you doing that to your own people, how the hell can we trust
you? Right.
It's a double whammy because you try to seek their approval, and then they see how you treat your own people. Hell, they treat their own people like that. So what makes you think that they're going to believe they're going to trust you?
Right.
What makes you think they're going to let you join they fold? Right. They allow themselves to join. You got to be as crazy and wicked as them just for them to like you.
Right. Right.
You don't have the complexion for the protection. Stop.
Sir, not only don't he have the complexion for the protection, right? He's trying to have the spirit, but he don't have the spirit because in his stupid Christian mind, he thinks that they're righteous. So he's trying to cater to them, thinking that they're good people when they're actually the wicked people on the damn planet. That cue ball head bastard is confused. He's confused. He's confused. He's twisted. He has the mark of the beast. That Christianity mark of the beast, man. That's what he has. And he's getting ready to destroy some more of our people because our people are desperately trying to find someone to follow. And they ain't, if they ain't running in here to really serve the Lord, they're trying to find something else to follow other than serve the Lord, which is going to get their heads knocked off And so they run back to what they're used to. Hell, I could go back to the cue ball head. And I mean, he ain't gonna say nothing about me smoking weed. He ain't gonna say nothing about me smoking coke. He ain't gonna say nothing about me sleeping with hoes. You feel me?
What you bringing out is heavy, Marshall. These wicked, disgusting pieces of garbage. They're like a dog that vomits and licks up his own vomit.
Dude, good night.
That's how wicked, nasty, and disgusting these pieces of garbage are. They worse than a dog that vomits and licks up his own vomit. Because even a pig will eat his own vomit because they eat everything. They're the nastiest creatures ever created, and that's why and this is why they're described right along with Edomites, white people, because they all fit that description. Y'all want to sit there and say niggas all fit the description, and we all black and we look like good. All y'all look like y'all identify like pigs, like the actual pig. All y'all look just like a goddamn pig with your little pigs, your little pig lips, your little pig face, your little pig orders that y'all falsely give.
And you want to know what's heavy, sir? Why is he saying that about devil children that's shooting up the goddamn colleges? You know, I can't, you know, I'm getting ready to send my son to private school, right? And if it's around devils and stuff, I don't even feel safe sending my child to this private school like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, your children ain't even safe in school with these devils, man. You don't know who's gonna wake up on the wrong side of the bed, come in there with a pistol and shoot the damn school up. Because cowards do things like that. Cowards ain't going at men. A coward is gonna go at an unarmed another child and just start shooting because they got the disgusting bloodthirst, right? And this cue ball head is marrying us to the bloodthirsty people that hate us. Why isn't he talking about what happened in Florida? He's too busy set on telling black kids don't be rebellious. Black kids don't do this. Black kids. It's the white kids that are rebellious. But you want to know this is what's heavy, right, sir? He's telling people to teach their children how to do all these things, but he's not teaching a black woman how to close her mouth and to keep her husband. That'd be the first order.
I got you. Check this out, right? It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion.
Right.
These Christian pastors are confusing our people when the Lord is not the author of confusion. People that are not Christians, that don't believe in God, period, are confused because they keep hearing about Islam, Christianity. And then when they hear about Israelites, they get fed up because they don't know what that is. And then we're trying to explain to them that you are an Israelite. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and you come from the seed of your father, you are Israelite by blood and by inheritance and by covenant. You understand? And they don't want to hear it because they say, oh, I don't believe no religion because y'all keep saying this and saying that. The problem is you're whitewashed. The Lord is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints, meaning Israelite schools of universal practical knowledge. Not the Christian church, not the Muslim mosque, not the synagogues of Satan. No. ISUPK. That's it. One West. That's it.
Yeah. Hey sir, I got a precept, right? You finished yours?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm about to make sure I got these written in my I believe I do, because I got false prophet scriptures.
All right, sir. And what you saying is heavy, man. That Christian pastor, he's a false prophet, and not only that, he's a sinner. He don't keep the laws of God. He's up there quoting that cue ball head bastard is up here quoting scriptures, but he's getting ready to celebrate Easter. He got
his Easter bunny suit.
Yeah, he got his Easter bunny suit, which is a sin. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. right? So he's a sinner and he's on stage and he's trying to entice the people. He's trying to teach the people, right? But he's a sinner. He's trying to entice thee. And the scriptures say, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Man, we ain't supposed to be listening to this sinner. And look, it's more on it, sir. If they come, if they say come with us, like the Christian pastors say, come with us, let us lay and wait for blood. Let us lay and wait for blood. That's what's gonna happen to you. You go follow old cue ball head. You better wait and lay for blood. Because it's gonna get real ugly. That's the only thing you have waiting for you when you go amongst these sinners. And them Christian pastors are sinners, man. Oh, Salakia.
Slacky, no, I hear shots outside. I'm trying to hear fireworks and gunshots.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Salakia. Yeah. Things getting real in the urban field these last days, man.
Those fireworks.
Wartime.
This was fireworks. Let me bring out this last article for time's sake.
Right, sir.
Yeah, because at first it was sounding real, but then I'm listening. I'm like, because fireworks after that pow, it makes a sound after that. That's what I was listening for.
Yeah.
Florida black mom killed by her husband after filing for divorce. A Florida man has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder after allegedly fatally shooting his wife shortly after she filed for divorce. Now, Moasar, what's so heavy about this article, right? That white boy was charged with murder but got manslaughter. Now, this is a black man that unalived his black wife, but he's getting charged for the whole ride of murder. You get what I'm saying?
The whole ride. Sir.
This is the bull doohickey that we got to deal with in today's society, and it's sickening.
Right.
Lamar Bryan, 41, is accused of killing 42-year-old Takesha Eads, who had recently ended their 10-year marriage. The Orange County Sheriff's Office confirmed his arrest following the tragic incident in Oro Vista, a county just west of Orlando. Okay, this happened in Florida.
Yeah.
According to People, deputies responded to a 911 call around 3:45 p.m. on March 25th. The caller, believed to be Eads' mother, told the dispatcher, "My son-in-law shot my daughter." According to the arrest affidavit, authorities arrived to find Eads with a gunshot wound to the head. She was rushed to the hospital where she later died from her injuries. Well, at least she made it to the hospital. She fought. It's not easy to survive a headshot. Investigators say Eads had recently filed for divorce, but Bryant reportedly refused to sign the papers on the day of the shooting. Bryant picked up one of the daughters from school, stopped at a liquor store, and then a storage unit, where the child said he retrieved firearms. Upon returning home, Eads was seen outside. The couple entered the house together, and gunshots rang out moments later. Eads' oldest daughter, Khadijah Page, described her mother as a compassionate woman who loved her church and family. A mother of 4 and grandmother of 5, Eads was remembered as someone who would give a shirt off her back to anyone. Now, we ain't got to go no further, but let me say this, right, y'all. My thing is, how were the kids home when this happened and he didn't unalive none of the children?
Yeah, he was with the kids. I mean, he probably want to hurt his babies, but the spirit behind this is adultery, right? And what this brother did wrong was he didn't have the right to judge her because he's a sinner. See, what Christians don't understand is that when we tell you don't be a whore, when we tell you don't go into adultery, that's not judging. What that brother did right there, he judged that sister. That sister want to be an adulteress. She wants to leave him. She wants to be an adulteress and sign. What Paul said. Paul said if she want to go, let her go. You know what I mean? The Lord will handle her, and the Lord will do the judging. But he judged her. He put her to death. Now, I mean, because adultery is a death penalty offense.
Well, I don't believe she cheated at the 10 years. Maybe him becoming erratic is what led to this outburst. I mean, think about it. We've been together 10 years, and he just erupts like this and randomly go pick up firearms and then unalive her. Like, it's got to have been some arguing going on, a lot of disputes off and on throughout the years. You know, something that led to his boiling point. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it was necessarily just cheating or infidelity off the rip.
Nah, what I believe is she was getting ready to leave him for someone else. You know, that's usually what they do. These sisters, adultery. First of all, divorce is adultery divorce is adultery because divorce is a sin in the Bible, right? You cannot leave your man to go be with another man. That's a death penalty offense in Israel. You get stoned for doing that. And when Moses suffered them to do it, but it would be a man that write a bill of a divorce to a woman. But when Christ came back, Christ said, "Nah, you were not supposed to do that. If any man put away his," you know what I mean? It's in the scriptures, in the New Testament, in the book of Matthew, I believe, when it say Christ said, "If any man put away his wife, except for adultery or fornication, they committed adultery." So what this sister was trying to do, this sister was trying to commit adultery. She was trying to get a divorce. The brother was refusing to sign the divorce papers. Right. So he was judging her. Right. He's not allowed to judge her. If a sister say she don't want to be with you no more, she wants you gone, or this, that, and the third, then you know what I mean? If she move on with a man, let the bitch go. The Lord will deal with her. The Lord will judge her. You don't go get drunk and come back with your gun and shoot the bitch because you can't judge her because you're a sinner.
Right.
Now, I mean, that's the spirit behind this situation right here. I'm not taking up for the sister. What she was trying to do was evil. And that's because it's immaturity. Getting a divorce and breaking up your family is immature. They've been pushing this shit on America lately. The oppressor, he's trying to push for the end of families. He wants to see all families broken apart. So he really can do whatever he wants to do. Michelle Obama talking about, goddamn it, divorcing damn near Barack Obama because she ain't happy. She want to find things to do to herself. But sisters got to understand that when you get ready to get married, right, you're coming to do a duty, a service to your husband. If you don't want to do a service to your husband, then keep your goddamn legs closed, buy a rose, and stay to yourself.
Hey, Marshall, what you saying is heavy, but you know what bugs me out? You be with somebody 10, 15, 20 years in, 30 years in. Y'all kids is grown. You damn near got grandbabies now. Why, after all the through the hardship, like even through infidelity, and y'all chose to fight it out, you know, duke it out and stay together, how come after a certain point now, all of a sudden, y'all want to separate? Like, there's a brother of mine in the world that got 4 kids with this woman, and they've been together forever. I remember when I introduced them. You get what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, why now the kids is damn near grown and stuff? Like, why y'all want to part ways now? Like, it don't make sense to me. It don't add up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it really don't.
So what happens, right, sir, is they stop fighting. They grow unattached. They don't call and get marriage counsel. They grow unattached. There's a lot of fighting going on and shit. They argue a lot, and black couples are breaking up like 90 going north, and they running to nothing. And they all running.
This is black. This is black and Simeon, because the sister is Simeon and like Simeon and Levi.
He's Simeon and Levi. Yeah, that's what.
he's Judah.
Yeah, they all trying to run, thinking that they gonna get so-called happiness. They want to go run and be a hoe, and think it's gonna make them happy, and they're gonna destroy themselves and stay in touch with their baby daddy. They're gonna stay in touch with them and say, maybe we should try again. That's people chasing their flesh, man. That's Satan behind all that. They chasing their flesh to be destroyed. That's all. I mean, marriage is forever. Sister open up her legs and she get in the bed with a man. That's forever. That's forever to death do you part. That's it. You gonna be judged. You gonna be judged. You gonna be judged by the Lord by it. But you, as a brother, you don't have the right to judge her by it. And he judged her. He ain't supposed to do that. He ain't because when what happened when the adulterous woman, when the bitch was running and everybody was chasing her to stone her to death, right? And Christ told her, let ye without sin cast the first stone, right?
And this is why and you know what, and this is why I already see this is gonna be a part 3 to this. Because right now this is our time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pay your tithes, pay your camp fund. I had a great time at the Passover with you, Marcel. Again, I'm proud of you for getting your cover. You know what I'm saying? You come link up when you come physically to class and link up.
Oh,
I got something for you. You know what I mean?
Why,
I already took care of Goyal and Osa to come, but I got something.
Yeah, I'll be up there soon. I'll be up there real soon, sir.
All right, no sweat, but I definitely got something for you. But yeah, y'all tune in for the next episode. That's my time.
Part 3.
Yeah, shalom.
Long.